All right, welcome to another Sunday breakdown. It's your boy Juicy Bangs, and you guys know we're looking at GJ. So, as of last week, you guys can see we starting off here on the weekly time frame, and you guys can kind of see how we kind of came down, and we kind of came down and kind of came back for this retest. If I switch to the daily time frame, it's a little bit more clear. Now, the fib, there is a fib on this daily time frame that I want us to pay attention to, and that's going to be the move here. Now, the reason is because we broke this market structure here with this overall push up. We broke this structure, and then the next area that we really had market structure before that was right here, but then this was the overall higher high, right? So then we came back down for this retest. We came back down for this retest, and now we're starting to reject. So the way how I see prices right now, right, is that we should be we came back down for this retest already. If I go down to the 11 hour, you can see we kind of came back for this retest and we rejected. Buyers did kind of close out above here, which is good. And the most important part to me within this whole area is that we kind of broke above this major QP right here, which is the 193 flat. And this is kind of where we left off at when it comes to price, which is perfect. Now, I'm expecting that with price and everything, right? Because based on how I see it now, we've already broken. We should continue. Now, the only thing is this, because of how things kind of appear. It appears as of right now that we're in a short-term seller's market, but I believe that this short-term seller's market was just until we created this market structure higher low, which I'm considering is the higher low that we're at now, right? Because you see price perceived as this, and then you see this equal retest. As I go down lower, you're going to see somewhere down here where traditionally we broke structure and we transitioned. I believe it's on the 6 hour, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was the 5 hour. Well, let me just keep on going and stop guessing. 3 hour. There we go. So it's going to be a little bit more clear on the 3 hour now. And this is basically how I use time frame correlation and just kind of indicate that, we're ready for a move. You can see structure has been respecting all these swing downs and all these pullbacks that we've been getting. We've been kind of, continuing structure up into this point to where we broke, then we retested, and now we're trying to do a continuation to the upside. The only thing that I'm thinking that could potentially happen on this week is if this QP doesn't hold, we're gonna come back down here and do this retest by this area down here. But the only thing that's really down here is another major QP as well. So it could be a potential that we may even come back down here. But in between that, there's a 500 QP right around here that I'm keeping my eyes out as well for. So any one of these areas can be retested, but as we go down, as I kind of deep dive a little bit lower than the 3 hour, you're going to kind of see our structure kind of formulated around this area. Let's go to the 1 hour. Now, this is why I kind of say this is a potential, because right around here, right? This area we did get a retest right here in a respect, but then look at structure, right? Obviously, structures come down. We made lower high, lower high, lower high. These are the last two important market structure areas. And you can see we have not only one, but three touches right around here. 1, 2, 3. And then we broke, right? So because we broke to the upside, this area that I'm looking at right here, which is the last area that we broke, which was considered a market structure lower high, we're now in the uptrend, right? So then we retest 23.6, 23.6, and then boom. So now we're kind of rejecting off this 38.2. So this same higher time frame engulfing line that I drew, we're going to drag this down a little bit. And at lowest, if we don't respect this area right here, we could potentially come back down for a retest. But regardless, I'm looking for longs overall in this area. I want to say it's starting anywhere from this QP to down here. I'm looking for this area of longs, and then we can ride the move literally all the way up. So right now, it looks like a 1 to 2. But once market opens, I'm either expecting price to either retest this major QP or maybe the 190.50, somewhere in between this range. As we go down lower, obviously, we're going to see more details, but it's quite strong that buyers kind of took over here. And when I mean here, I mean this area right here, right? Where they kind of took over, and price hasn't been back in this area since. So because I see that, I understand that, and I know that, I'm looking for price to kind of settle anywhere between here and then, especially because we rejected off the 38.2. Near the 750 QP, which is right around here where we have a lot of confluence. I'm really hoping a retest of the major should be good. But let's talk about, just in case that doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, we already are right here by the 250 QP. We could reject there, or we can get it off the 500 QP and kind of ride the trend. So I'm going to kind of make these QPs a little bit more green to solidify or make them white probably. Let me see. I got to find a good color. We'll make them orange to kind of solidify better entries for the future, right? Just in case price, does decide to do its thing and go long from here. We have an ideal area on where we can enter on these orange lines, right? Based off of QPs. And then everything that's in, I'll probably make them black is this potential entries, like this major QP. That's a fib level. This QP right here, right? Black, which is the 190, the 190-500 area, right? These are all areas that we could potentially enter in. And then lastly, the one down here, which is the 190 flat, which I'll just change the color to black. So these are all potential areas that we could kind of enter to sign a swing this uptrend. I'm really kind of just keeping a sharp eye out for these areas and kind of watching how structure formulates. But for the most part, I really want the market to come back down so we get that retest and then that push back up. That's what I'm looking for, but I'm also willing to flow with the trend. Remember, this week we really want to trade what we see and not what we want as far as the probability goes. So I'm looking at the higher time frame. And I like how sellers got control over the market right now, but I don't like this seller's exhaustion and this retest. So if this retest continues to go up when market opens, it will be good. But if we can start somewhere down here and ride the wave up, even better, more risk for our reward. But long term though, I am seeing us make a correction this week to we're going to break all these market structure levels that we made over here to the left and actually ride this move back up to the upside. I don't know if we're going to make it to 199 flat just because we're at 190, but I am looking to at least make it to 193 or 194 this week and kind of come back into this zone. So really trade price action and see, but the trend for me is going to be bullish this week just because it looks like the lower time frame has already transitioned to go to the upside. So I really want to flow with GJ to the upside. So let's just wait on price action. Let's just wait to see. Let's just flow with the move and flow based on these candles open. I will be live trading this week. I actually will be live trading 4:30 a.m. and maybe 6:30 p.m. EST this week. So stay tuned for that. And I will be live trading right here on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, yeah, guys, enjoy this Sunday breakdown. God bless and deuces.